According to recent official Social Security Administration reports, federal agencies are seeking billions in overpayments. A retired factory worker from Ohio named John suddenly received an unexpected automated government notice last month. The official letter stated he owed exactly $18,000 due to a calculation error made by the system. John spent his entire career paying taxes honestly and now faces an administrative clawback through no fault of his own. This specific case is not an isolated incident, but represents a growing challenge for thousands of aging citizens. Many working families are finding themselves caught in a complex procedural gray zone between rigid federal regulations. They do not qualify for low-income assistance programs, but lack the extra savings to pay large government demands. The central problem stems from outdated administrative software that failed to track precise inflation adjustments correctly. As a direct result of these widespread technical glitches, ordinary citizens are bearing the heavy financial burden. This investigation will outline the actual regulatory triggers behind these notices and your verified legal rights. We need to spread this video far and wide to protect the legal, financial rights of our entire community. Please share this critical solution with everyone around you to prevent the wrongful freezing of your assets. Understanding this entire detailed analysis right now will save the hard-earned savings of your family. The actual scale of federal overpayments has reached more than $11 billion according to public records. Government auditors are under intense pressure to recover these funds to stabilize the Social Security Trust Fund. For many middle-class recipients, receiving a notice means facing sudden adjustments to their monthly retirement checks. The Social Security Administration can legally withhold up to 10% of monthly benefits to recover overpayments. For those receiving supplemental security income, the maximum statutory withholding rate is also strictly capped by law. The official notification letters provide recipients with 30 days to respond before any withholding actions begin. Understanding the exact timeline is critical because missing the initial deadline limits your immediate defense options. Many citizens experience severe stress because the complex legal language in the documents is difficult to interpret. It is vital to recognize that an overpayment notice is an administrative finding and not a criminal accusation. You have explicit legal protections under current federal guidelines to challenge any inaccurate government calculations. The official appeal process consists of two primary remedies called reconsideration and a formal waiver request. A request for reconsideration is appropriate if you believe the government calculation of your debt is factually incorrect. You must provide clear documented evidence such as tax returns or bank statements to support your dispute. Filing this request within 30 days automatically pauses all debt collection actions until a formal review is complete. The second legal remedy is a waiver request, which applies even if the overpayment calculation is completely accurate. To qualify for a permanent waiver, you must successfully satisfy two specific statutory conditions under federal law. First, you must prove that the original overpayment error was entirely the fault of the agency and not your own. Second, you must demonstrate that repaying the money would cause severe financial hardship or be deeply unfair. The Social Security Administration defines financial hardship based on your ordinary and necessary monthly living expenses. If your income is fully consumed by food, housing, and medical care, the agency may waive the debt permanently. Many citizens mistakenly believe that signing a repayment plan means giving up their right to appeal the decision. Federal regulations explicitly allow you to request a waiver at any point during the collection process. Even if you have already started repaying the debt, you can still file for a waiver if your finances change. The official forms required are Form SSA 561 for reconsideration and Form SSA 632 for waivers. Completing these documents accurately requires a detailed breakdown of your household budget and verified bank record. Legal aid organizations across the United States report that well-documented waiver applications have a high success rate. We must examine why these massive administrative errors occurred over such a prolonged period across the country. The introduction of new automated data matching systems in recent years created unforeseen technical discrepancies. These systems cross-reference electronic records with worker databases to detect changes in monthly wages. However, delays in data processing meant that overpayments continued to accumulate for years before being detected. In some documented cases, citizens received incorrect benefits for a decade before the system flagged the error. This systemic delay is the primary reason why individual debt amounts often reach tens of thousands of dollars. The federal government is currently reviewing new legislation to limit how far back the agency can collect. Proposed structural reforms aim to prevent the government from collecting debts that are more than 5 years old. While Congress debates these measures, citizens must remain highly proactive in monitoring their personal accounts. Creating a personal online Social Security account allows you to verify your earnings history in real time. Checking your statement annually ensures that the wages reported by your employer match federal government records. If you ever notice a sudden, unexplained increase in your monthly benefit check, do not spend the extra funds. Contact an official agency representative immediately to confirm that your benefit amount was calculated correctly. Keeping the questionable funds in a separate account protects you if the agency later issues an overpayment notice. Demonstrating that you tried to correct the error immediately is powerful evidence for a future waiver request. We must also look at how these administrative procedures impact different segments of our aging population. Citizens living on fixed incomes are highly vulnerable to sudden changes in their monthly cash flow. A reduction of even $50 a month can force a household to make difficult choices regarding healthcare. Public advocacy groups are actively lobbying for stronger consumer protections within the federal safety net. They argue that the government should bear the financial responsibility for mistakes caused by its own software. Several class action lawsuits are moving through federal courts to challenge the aggressive nature of these collections. The outcomes of these court cases could establish vital new legal precedents for all middle-class beneficiaries. Understanding your rights under the law is the most effective way to secure your financial future today. You do not have to navigate this complex bureaucracy alone without proper guidance and verified facts. Local senior centers and nonprofit legal clinics frequently offer free assistance with overpayment paperwork. Taking immediate, organized action is far better than ignoring an official notice out of fear or frustration. The Social Security system remains a foundational pillar of economic security for millions of American workers. Ensuring its fair administration is a shared responsibility that affects every taxpayer across the nation. We will continue to follow the legislative developments in Washington regarding overpayment reform very closely. As new guidelines are issued, we will provide updated breakdowns to keep our community fully informed. Our objective is to deliver accurate, actionable financial insights without unnecessary sensationalism or panic. By focusing on verified facts and official procedures, we can protect our savings and achieve peace of mind. Thank you for your continued trust and engagement with our analytical, educational content on this channel. Please remember to check the official resources listed in the description below for direct access to forms. Stay informed, stay proactive, and continue to support each other as we navigate these regulatory changes together. We will see you in the next detailed report as we continue to track critical updates for American retirees. Take care of your household finances, and remember that knowledge is your most powerful tool for asset protection.